guys, happy Monday. Becky Timms here for The Drive at 5, and it is 7:23 on Monday night. And guys, just got home from living the dream today. I think I had maybe 13 hours of sleep in the past 3 days. Hey Erica, hey Kathy and Tammy, 13 hours of sleep in the past 3 days. I went to bed last night at 1 a.m. I got up at 3 a.m. to catch my flight, and funny thing is, there were people that hadn't even gone to bed yet. Some of the leaders in MLSP, they were still up giving lots of golden nuggets to people in the hallways at 3 a.m. when I jumped in the taxi to leave to come home. So that was kind of cool. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about living the dream. So I got home today, and I took my son and his friend to dinner, or to lunch, and then we went to the mall, and then it was meet the teacher night for both my boys are in middle school, so we went out to meet them. And so then I decided to come over to watch my husband coach football. So here I am parked to coach football. So I don't know if you can see them, but all these cars are parked over there, and then there was like these two big gaps, and then there was some cars parked. So I was like, I drive a Tahoe, so I was like, well, I'll just pull right in here so I have a good view of my son, or of my husband coaching his football team. Guys, I'm stuck in the mud. I'm like sitting here, my Tahoe is bogged down, I can't go anywhere. I've got on white pants. It's just crazy. So my husband and all his friends walked over here, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait till after practice because I'm all embarrassed. I'm living the dream. I'm stuck in the mud in my Tahoe watching these boys roll on the ground. So that's what I'm doing today. But while I'm sitting here, I wanted to talk about the eclipse. So 1 week from today is the eclipse, the total eclipse. And if you haven't heard of that, you can go to like eclipse2017.org, but in Charleston, South Carolina, where I live, at like 2:45 in the afternoon, there's going to be a 53% viewability of the eclipse, and that's when, you know, the moon crosses between the earth and the sun. It's going to completely block out the sunlight. And so I'm super excited about experiencing this with my two boys, because this will be the first one that they actually get to experience. And they're actually off school that day, so I'm going to have to figure out a way that we can do this. So I posted earlier on my Facebook wall, if you're an e-commerce seller, are you taking advantage of special occasions that happen once in a blue moon, like Eclipse 2017? You know, you could do print on demand and print shirts, you know, Eclipse 2017, Charleston, South Carolina, or Wyoming, or Idaho, or wherever you're at, because these are things that people are going to want to experience. So, you know, sometimes if you even go to your mall and you're walking down the kiosk in the mall and you see the fidget spinners and you see them there, okay, fidget spinners are old news now, but you may see the solar glasses to experience the eclipse, and you may see whatever, but you could stop and ask those people and say, okay, so the solar eclipse is going to be over like Monday, because it's a one-time thing. People made lots of money, thanks Miranda, on the solar eclipse and doing print on demand around that. But say, well, what's coming out next? Because usually, I mean, it's kind of like Walmart and Kmart and things like this. They know, they're marketers, and they know what the next hottest thing is. You know, lucky for me, I have a supplier, and she's like, hey, this is hot, this is what's going to be hot, you should look into this, you should investigate this, you should have this tested, etc., etc. But not everybody has that. But if you go in your local malls and you have the ones that like rent the booths with like the hottest toys, or not only toys, gadgets, whatever, just stop and ask them and say, okay, hey, the solar eclipse is over, what's going to be the next thing? And here it is, August, and it's probably going to be, you know, something Christmas related, to already get the next hottest Christmas toy out on the shelves. And so just ask. I mean, you won't know if you don't ask. And that's like $1 million tip right there, that so you can get ahead of the game and be ready when the next quote unquote solar eclipse comes, because you can capitalize and make a ton of money on e-commerce with things like this. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm home. I'm living the dream. At least I am home. I did sleep from Austin to Atlanta. I slept really good. And then my ride home from Atlanta to Charleston, I sat by a guy, and he was like the coolest guy. His name was Mr. Bill. And Mr. Bill was a salesman, but he actually recruited people. No, he trained the Army professionals how to recruit their recruits. And you know that, they're younger guys, and they have a quota to make. And if they're not into sales, and it's hard to try to get people to join the Army or the Navy or the Armed Forces in general. And he was giving me all these ideas, and it was so cool. Hey T. Marie, it was so cool because he said, I really think that they should be using social media. And so I was like, Mr. Bill, have you ever heard of MiniChat? And he's like, MiniChat? What's MiniChat? And I was like, hey, I was just at this conference this weekend. You really should look into this and teach this to your recruiters so that they can learn how to build a team, because it's going to be huge. So that's another takeaway that I took away from Live the Dream this weekend, and you can go and look into it as well. It's MiniChat, ManiChat, and it will definitely help your business no matter what business you're in. Tammy, I see you're on here, and you have let's say a landscaping business, and someone goes to your Facebook page and ask about your prices or ask about certain things that you have, and you can have a bot just answer them back, and depending on how they answer your questions, you can send them to a website, or you can send them to a price list or a free thing, or whatever you want to send them to. So Kathy says, is MiniChat an app? It works with Facebook Messenger. I would Google it, Kathy, just to make sure. I personally haven't done anything with it yet because I haven't started diving into taking action on what I've learned since I spent the day with my boys, and now I'm stuck here in the mud. So I probably should just maybe do some research on it myself, but it is something that I wrote down, and I would just Google it, and even YouTube. And if you're in MLSP in your back office, there's a training on MiniChat that shows you exactly how to do it from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, so Google it and look in your back office in MLSP, and it'll tell you about it, Kathy. But thanks for joining me on the Drive at 5. I actually had lunch with Kathy this week. I met so many people, guys. These relationships are priceless. Miranda says, I just love your honesty. Yeah, I mean, hey, you have to be honest. There's no other way to do it. Just this is me. This is how it is, and you like it or you don't. So anyway, I met so many cool people. I look forward to connecting with you all. I go back to work tomorrow, so I know whenever I finally do get unstuck out of the mud, I'm going to go home and crash. I'm going to crash hard. I just know it. So hopefully tomorrow when you guys see me after work, I'm going to be like, ah. And then my boys want some dog. They want another dog. We have a little dog. His name is Roscoe. And Roscoe is a Chiweenie. And now they want some dog that's like half the size of an elephant. I don't even know what kind it is. And I think Dad's in cahoots with them too, because they were like, well, Dad said if we ask Mom, we can get this big dog. And I'll have to tell y'all what it is tomorrow, because I really can't remember. But so they're telling me all about what this dog is and what they've already gonna named it, and they're chatting with the person, and I think the dog's like 2 hours away that he found on Craigslist, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a dog. So we'll see if we get a dog or not. They'll have to learn how to take care of it. So we'll see if they want to do that. And speaking of dog, speaking of living the dream, so when I do get in my car today at the airport, it's full of ants. I mean, like sugar ants or something. It was so hot in my car, and all these ants were crawling around in the Tahoe. And then my son, here I am here. No, it's not a Great Dane. It's something I've never heard of. But then when we got here, my son brought a little frog. It was like this big into the truck, and I was like, oh my gosh, get the frog out. And I'm stuck in the mud, so I can't get away from it. But he did let it down so that it could live, escape. And so I got ants in my car. I'm stuck in the mud We did go meet the teachers. I'm extremely exhausted. We may get a new dog tomorrow. And let's see what else. Don't buy it. I know, I'm all about going to the pound and rescuing a dog, but it's something, I don't know what, I'll have to ask him what it is. And then there was one other thing I was going to tell you guys. I can't remember. I don't know. So, we'll see. I'm tired. But I can't wait to start digging into my notes that I wrote down from the training, start implementing, start taking action. So if you were there, I definitely recommend for you to take action on some things. You know, I was thinking about my business after this weekend and really getting clear on what I want to do. And as most of you know, I sell on Amazon, on e-commerce, and then I teach other people how to do it as well. But one thing that I really learned is the products that I have on Amazon that are selling right now, a lot of people have products. A lot of people don't even want to learn how to sell on Amazon or eBay, but they may have a brick and mortar store, or they may have an online business, or they may have an idea. And what I really like about everything that the MLSP that I learned at Live the Dream that they have to offer is you can take any idea you have. If you want to write a book, if you want to learn how to do an ebook, if you want to learn how to get ranked on the first page of Google, if you want to learn how to do MiniChat with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and whatever you want to do, guys, marketing is the way to go. And so I'm thinking about, you know, even with my own products, and don't get me wrong, Amazon is great. I've made thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars on Amazon, but eventually, and your ultimate goal should be to get your product off of Amazon. So to have your own Shopify store, to have your own WordPress private label store. I mean, that should be your dream, your goal, so that you kind of cut out Amazon as the middleman as well. So they have like Shopify and things like that. And that's why I love this company, because you can drive traffic to any website that you have. And so if you have a business that you need to learn how to drive traffic to it, you want to get on the first page of Google, you want to be you know, found in Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you know, send me a message and I can share with you what I'm learning, because this weekend really was an eye-opener for me, because I was kind of playing, you know, I was really torn that I was sending this mixed message out of like, oh, I'm the Amazon queen, which I am, and I absolutely love Amazon and sharing it with you, but I also want to share with you how you can market whatever you have, yourself, your product, your sister's product, your neighbor's product, whatever, you know. And I met people, you know, that were authors, that were learning to be authors. There were people that had services. They were like, well, I have this item. How can I capitalize on this project? How can I make money on that? And maybe they're not ready to do e-commerce, but they could sell it to someone that can do e-commerce. And so that's why I'm really rethinking my business and how I'm going to do it. I haven't come up with a whole plan yet, but that's what I was thinking about today in my little bit of quiet time that I did have. So I'm super excited about that. But I just wanted to share with you that, you know, there's more to, you know, selling on Amazon and getting ranked on the first page of Amazon. And another cool thing about my airplane ride is I sat by two people, and I'm helping this guy with a product that he has, and it's in the golf niche. And the first guy, of course, if you don't know, you ask somebody. So I had the product, and I said, okay, if I have this product, and could you tell me what you would search for on Amazon if you were looking for this? And the first guy was like, well, do you play golf? And he's like, no, I don't play golf. And I was like, okay, thank you. The second guy, which was Mr. Bill on my second airplane ride, he played golf, and guys, he gave me so many tips. Hey, Miss Holiday. Hey, Diane. He gave me so many tips and just shared with me. We actually went through like different scenarios and keywords and pictures and I don't know, he was just pretty amazing. And then by the end of it, I gave him my card, and he's like, you know what, I am retired, and I am going to look at your website. So Mr. Bill, if you're watching, I really, really enjoyed our conversation today, and you're very special. I enjoyed it. Okay, guys, the football team, they're all leaving. The coaches are going to come over and push me out of the mud. So I'll see you all tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Continue living the dream every day. Bye.